So in this episode, we kind of see the overarching episode. We see them kind of bring the battle to the Lithia kingdom, and not just like in front of their kingdom, but actually you see in the episode, it's actually like in their territory, like in their cities and stuff. So the first part of the episode, which I'm gonna explain lightly. So it was between Soju and Nilo, the spider and the samurai that we saw. The kid with the katana, pretty much, and he's pretty much Nilo. If you saw the episode, Nilo, decimates all the troops of the enemy in the battlefield, and then Sojuro kind of stops her, and he says, I don't care if you're like, you're my ally or anything. I just want to fight very strong people, and he continues to charge at her, and Nilla, of course, she fled inside the city, I guess, to not only get away from Soju, but to also, I guess wreak havoc in the city. And as they're fighting, there's one thing that Soju kind of, I think it was a big crux to her. He revealed that her body and the machine's body are one. So if he manages to like somehow kill the machine, in turn, her body, she would also die. So that's why they're one. So that's kind of a big weakness in that machine she's in the spider she's in. So that's a concern. Maybe they dropped that as a clue. We don't know yet for later. And the reason I say clue is because, like I said, Soju, when Nilo, she explained like, oh, I'm your ally, I don't want to fight, I'm just here to help or whatever. And then Soju, he says, oh, I don't care, I just want to fight very strong people, and he continues to, charge at her. And the reason I bring that up is because it shows like Soju, like I said, he doesn't really care about allies or anything. He just cares about fighting, a strong opponent, like he did. I think it was last episode with that skeleton mercenary. But anyways, it kind of gave us like a clue that maybe when this whole thing is done and settled, once they defeat the Lithia army, there might be a chance like after the battle ends, he might attack his own allies because it's so concerned, or he just wants to fight very strong people, and there are very strong people on his side. So I do wonder if that's like one of the possibilities that would happen after this whole war is done. Like, would he turn on his allies just for the sake of fighting them, just because they're strong opponents? So I just wonder about that. That was my kind of only concern in the first half. The second half, though, was definitely interesting. Like, guess, if you saw the episode, it was pretty much the Wyvern, Atlas, the Star Runner, and Rigniji and his swarm kind of versus, and some things were revealed. Well, two things specifically were revealed in that episode, in that fight. So the first one, it seems I was right that it seemed like Atlas in his younger days, he was in the same swarm as Rigniji, and I'm guessing because Atlas was so weird, like he had that third arm and he was very fast. Guessing faster than the swarm he was in. They probably treated him as an outcast, and then he decided to kind of run away from the swarm in his early days. So it kind of shows that connection between Alice and then Rignagy. And if you saw throughout the episode, it seemed like when Rignagy, he took this battle very personally. And the other thing that was revealed that Alice kind of noticed while he was attacking, that these wyverns are not really wyverns. And Rignagy further explains, after the true demon lord, after he, killed everyone in my swarm before, I thought, in a way, like, he said he used the life arts to tinker with these wyverns' brain, and to make them like mindless robots. So like, if Rignagy says, go die for me, or uses one as a shield, like, no one will bat an eye, no one will care, because they were programmed like that. And Alice, he noticed that, and he doesn't really like it. But anyways, Alice, hits him with a very surprise attack, which pretty much kills everyone, the entire swarm, except Rignagy. And then we see Rignagy all burnt to a crisp. His slowly retreating to, I'm guessing, the most important building that we saw, that probably has the leader of Lithia and the other mercenaries that we are introduced in this episode. So he's probably heading there to seek refuge, because he was on the verge of dying. But I mean, if he didn't retreat, Alice would have probably killed him. It was so easy, he was hurt. But since he retreated to like an area with stronger opponents, probably warded off Alice, like, his retreating and his strong allies. And if he goes, there's a high chance that they will kill him, and he cannot be killed. So that was kind of the episode that we saw. But yeah, overall very interesting. Like I said, now we get the perspective of what's happening in the kingdom, like the attacks that's happening in the kingdom. So hopefully, it does get me excited for next episode. Want to see this war continue, but also, like, what if we get like new perspective, what is actually happening, like, in that building, or what's gonna happen in that episode is what gets me excited. With the war going on in Lithia and I forgot their enemies, they're all fighting. It's a big war, so it'll be interesting to see it all unfold, and who fights who, and how do the battle go, and who wins, and what tactics they use. So from that perspective, it's a very exciting time to watch this show, because like I said, the war, the fight scenes, the war, and just everything with our characters. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna end it there. Please leave a like, subscribe, and see you next time. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.